This is NewsNation Now.
And a good Thursday afternoon to you. Thanks so much for joining us here on NewsNationNow.com and our NewsNation Facebook page. As you can see on your screen, we're doing things a little bit different today. We're talking about Christmas time and the Goo Goo Dolls' brand new Christmas album, the first album by this band. And real quickly, if you don't know about NewsNation, we encourage you to jump on WGN America starting tonight at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central. If you need help finding that channel, go to NewsNationNow.com. On the right-hand corner, just enter your zip code and you can find a brand new national newscast that's right down the middle just for you. All right, it is Christmas time. John Rzeznik now joins us from the Goo Goo Dolls. John, thank you so much for joining us here on NewsNation.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing fantastic. How are you?
Good, good. Glad to be here with you.
All right, so you just released a new Christmas album. You're gearing up for an augmented reality Christmas movie. But first thing, I got to know, why a Christmas album during a pandemic when so many other artists are kind of doing the opposite, writing about doom and gloom and thinking about doom and gloom? You guys focused on the happiness and the joy that was coming at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, I felt as though this year was going to be very difficult for a lot of people. You know, my commentary about this whole situation will come out later. But right now, I mean, people need to feel a little bit of hope, you know, and I know it sounds weird, but people need more Christmas this year than they do normally. Need more of that spirit of hope. You know, and I wanted to make a Christmas album that was going to sound trashy and fun and have sentimental parts. And then, you know, I mean, to me, it was about just helping people smile a little bit.
Well, I think you're doing that, and I think some of the videos that we've seen so far from the releases of the album are fantastic, and they do make you smile. I was able to share some of that with my daughter yesterday listening to the album, and I want to talk about one thing that is on that album. You've got a kiddo singing Better Days. I thought that was magnificent in this moment in time, having kids sing a song like that.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. That was... we were toying with the idea of putting a reimagined version of Better Days because that was originally a Christmas song, but it didn't get used for that. And so Jimmy McGorman, the guy who plays keyboards in the band and also was one of the producers on the album, he went home and he was working on it. He's got a studio at home, and his daughter started singing it. So he said, go in the room and put a microphone on. She sang the song. He brought it in. He's like, hey, check this out. And I was like, wow, I'm blown away by that. That's amazing. And he's like, yeah, well, I'll take it home and work with her on it and we'll make it better. And I was like, no, it has to stay exactly the way it is because there's this purity in it. You know, there's like this, you can't fake what she did.
What was that feeling for you to hear a child sing that song that I don't think a lot of us knew was meant to be a Christmas song, and you got to put it on a Christmas album? What for you? What was that moment like to hear that?
I mean, you know, I got a lump in my throat, and because it was just like, it was just so pure. It was just so honest, you know. And I'm like, no, we can't change this, you know, and because you can't fake what she was doing, and it was better than I had ever imagined that song could be.
All right, so as we look at this album, you know, there's some really funky tunes on there. I appreciate the big band aspect, the jazzy aspect of this. Did you know that you really wanted to throw in kind of this microcosm of all different kinds of music into the Goo Goo Dolls' first Christmas album?
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. I mean, you know what? And I love this. I'm at a point in my career where I can pretty much do whatever I feel like doing. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, and it was a really joyful, fun time making this record. You know, to juxtapose it against what's going on in the world, what was going on in the world at the time we were making it. By the time we got to mixing the album, we were on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, and you know, you open up the door to the studio and there's 10,000 people marching, you know, for social justice. right out in front of it. You're like right in the middle of this massive demonstration, and the pandemic is raging, and it's just everything's going crazy. And it was really surreal. And it was like, okay, let's just close the doors and get back in this room where everything feels kind of, I don't know, hopeful.
Did you know in that moment, John, that's very interesting that you brought up, so much going on in this world. And like you said, as we started our conversation, that the world needed a little bit more Christmas. Did you know that you kind of had that wrapped up in a box that you were going to put under a tree, that when we get close to the holidays, you're going to give to all of us to say, guys, yeah, all of this continues in our lives, but here's a little hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, people need hope.
Yeah.
As long as you got hope, you're going to be great. You're going to be fine. You will persevere as long as you have hope. When people give up hope, they all sorts of things go sideways. We need to believe that we can actually pull together, from the left, from the right, from the center, and just bring ourselves back up again.
John Rzeznik joins us here on News Nation. Good stuff there, John. Let's talk about the augmented reality movie musical known as It's Christmas All Over. First thing, what in the world is an augmented reality movie musical?
You know what? It's like a live concert,
Okay.
that we did on a sound stage, and they did a lot of this crazy sort of 3D kind of stuff in post. And I haven't seen the final thing. I've just seen a few clips of it, and it looks really cool. And the performances were great. So it was. We wanted to sort of merge what was coming ahead in the future with a lot of stuff that was sort of from the past, and sort of merge those things together. The way we produced the album was, there was some modern technology necessary, because that's just the way the world is now, and we mixed it with a lot of old technology and techniques, and then that's kind of what the Christmas special is about. And it's fun. It was just, again, it was just a fun thing to do. We had some great special guests singing with us, and it's pretty spectacular from what I've seen.
All right, it's coming your way Saturday. Much more information on NewsNationNow.com on all of that. John, before you go, let's talk a little bit about quarantine. How has it been going for you? I know you have a kiddo, you've got a daughter, I've got two daughters. What are you doing to pass the time? Because I need some tips.
Oh, geez. Well, my girl's 3, she's going to be 4. And basically what we do is we just dump her 2 boxes of toys out on the floor, and then I pretty much do whatever she wants me to do.
Good dad.
which is just, she wants to play dolls and she wants to play with cars all day. And then we have to make time, because we have to read and we have to do little counting and all that kind of thing, and draw. She loves to draw. And it snowed yesterday, so it was really beautiful. And we went outside and played in the snow for a little while. And but I feel like it's been really hard on her.
Yeah. Well, you don't have quite that social interaction. Speaking of difficulty, going back to the Christmas album, John, how difficult was it to record during a pandemic?
It was pretty tricky, but luckily I have a very, very good friend who in Los Angeles, who's an incredible doctor, and he was able to arrange COVID tests for everybody, and repeated testings, and we sort of put our own system in place, to get people in, get people out without having any kind of exposure. And we did, and nobody got sick, nobody. So we did the right thing, was it technically, the most responsible thing? Probably not. But we sort of formed our own bubble, and didn't go outside of it.
What is left on the horizon for you guys? I was checking out your website. I know you got a tour coming up. If the vaccine goes through and the pandemic ends, you guys are going to be back out on the road touring.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, I'm already working on material for the next record because I would like to have a new record out. Because Miracle Pill came out and then everything just went sideways. So, and I feel like, wow, that album didn't get a fair shot.
Yeah.
So maybe it will in the future, but we need to move forward. You know, I'm just working on new music right now, and you know, also I just want to mention one thing from the Christmas album. If you go on YouTube and type in "You Ain't Getting Nothing" cartoon, you'll see an animated cartoon for the song "You Ain't Getting Nothing," which is really great. It's amazing. It's so fun. You know, it's basically about this little boy who winds up on Santa's naughty list, and he's not getting off.
You ever been on that naughty list, John?
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't be a rock star without getting on that list, right?
I was on the naughty list several times, you know, and then I made the mistake. This was my wife taught me a really great lesson a few years back. She's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I don't want anything. I don't want anything." I'm being all grumpy. "I don't want anything." And then she didn't get me anything. And I was like, "Where's my Christmas present?" She's like, "You said you didn't want anything." And then I was like, "Wow, yeah, I better be careful what I wish for."
I guess either she's smart or maybe you're not the sharpest tool in the shed there, bud.
I'm gonna go a little from column A and a little from column B.
That's well done, John. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you taking the time here on News Nation.
It's great to be here with you guys. You guys are all still based in Chicago, right?
Yeah, we are. We are in Chicago. We're also running nationwide, and I did see that you've got a stop coming up in Chicago. So when you guys come here, I want to invite you to our brand new studio here in Chicago. You can come have a sit down at this desk we're at now.
I would love to do that. You know, every time I go to Chicago, I got to wear my pants with the elastic waistband because I got to go to Gibson's, got to go to Geno's. I gotta go to Gina Giorgetti's. It's like it's my favorite eating city in the whole world.
Well, hey, you come. I'll supply the pizza. I'll even take you out and play a little golf after that.
That'd be great, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
John Rzeznik from the Goo Goo Dolls, brand new Christmas. Hey, before you go, what's the one Christmas song on your album that we should be jamming to this year? You can only pick one.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Tom Petty. It's Christmas All Over. So.
That's a great rendition. I'll give you that. I thought the Shake Hands with Santa Claus was cool, man.
Shake Hands with Santa Claus is awesome.
Right?
And if you get a chance, go out. Not go out. Just go on your phone or on your laptop and find all the Louis Prima Christmas stuff, because it's sort of like they're like lost classics.
Yeah. Well, I also want to thank you for doing Hark the Herald Angels. I think that's a fantastic rendition as well.
Thank you very much.
All right. And of course, those original tunes are fabulous. You're a fantastic writer, John. Again, thanks for taking the time, buddy.
I appreciate it. I'll see you in Chicago.
All right, John Rzeznik, we appreciate that from the Goo Goo Dolls. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out that album. We've got much more posted on our website right now, NewsNationNow.com. And make sure you join us tonight on WGN America. It is 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central. We'll have all the nation's headlines from COVID to COVID relief, vaccines, what's going on in the world. We've got it on WGN America starting at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central for News Nation. I'm Aaron Nolan. Have a fantastic afternoon.